Hello, everyone. I have an update and some news I'd like to share with you. The last 4 months or so, I have been in an intense sprint to try to finish off the game. I'm not quite there yet, but I am getting very close. I want to show you what I have, talk to you about the demo that's already on Steam and the demo 2 that will be available very shortly. So first up on the main menu here, I have completed the colonies system. Now these are just test maps right now, um, just used for evaluation, nothing formal. Of course, this is where the games that the community creates, the missions the community creates, this is where they'll be, and this is the interface for it. So I can click around, you can select a map, see it here, play it. You can see tags, ones you agree with or disagree with, add additional ones. Say if you like the map, jump straight to the forums, and then a few management things here for your own purposes, favorite and hiding of maps. Similar types of queries that you can do compared to Group 3 and Particle Fleet. So yeah, a lot of time on this system, and hopefully it will be enjoyed by the community. So for today, I'm going to jump in and I'm going to play a mission that I just made before I did this video. And I don't know if this mission plays well or not. I just threw some stuff down. I said, let's make a random map, let's get rid of some terrain, add some weird alien plants, define some objectives, put some interesting things down, and see how it plays. So this might or might not work out. I don't know. I've never played this mission. I didn't test play it. So if it works out that it's not balanced properly or it's too hard, we'll just bring up the editor and kind of sandbox it and go from there. One note about this world is that it has one of the planetary backgrounds instead of the void. So if I go down and you pan out, you can see that it looks like it's sort of sitting on this world. It's a visual option. If you want to make kind of neat looking screenshots to look like they're sitting on a world or something, that's what that's for. And I'll show that to you in the editor here in just a minute. But let's begin, since I know folks that are watching videos like to see action. Now, bad guys are over here. This mesh is going to conduct creeper here. I've got a couple hold objectives, so let's start in a forward position, maybe. I don't know. And then build back to this area over here. Let's turn our sound on. Gotta want that. We're gonna want that. So let's back up here. Don't want to overbuild too much to start with, and I am. A lot of new players do this. They build. They put a spider web, got a cobweb of stuff around their base to start with. It's better to structure, of course, from a strategic perspective. It's better to an efficiency perspective. It's better to structure your initial build out. Okay. These hold bases that you see here, the glowing holograms, if you're not familiar with those, they are the core of a new objective, which is to hold all of them on the map. And if you lose all of them, that's when the objective is over. You've failed the objective. Otherwise, the game wants you to hold it. In this case, for 20 minutes. If I can hold on to them, 50% of them in this case is indicated up here at the top, then I'll be in good shape. Now, I better not mess around. I'm going to lose one just right off the bat here. So let's build some, prepare for the onslaught. This mesh did a great job of conducting this creeper over here on top of us. So let's go back and harvest some of the potential of this land. Get this stuff going. A little overbuild there, but okay. Put our weapons in for an engagement. Let's see if we can get this guy clamped off and keep him in this lower valley. If that's if that's going to be possible. I'm going to backfill here. Now, we have some buried urns. Those are the upgrade modules. I need a turret to excavate them, so let's get that guy going. Looks like we have the creeper pushed back a little bit here. Let's see if we can keep it that way. Establish a good clean perimeter. Now one of my objectives is to, well, the only required objective is to activate these totems, but I need the green R to do that. One of the totems is over here. So once I've established a perimeter, and it looks like I have here, if I can hold this creeper here, let's just pause and talk about it for a second. I need to get over here to get that green R. Now, how can I do that? I could build platforms, but platforms require liftic, and that's where the liftic is. So I made this mission hard on myself. I'm gonna have to porter over there, it looks like, in order to harvest that liftic. So let's go ahead and get a porter building. Let's keep up with our push here. Warning. Okay, so for those of you who haven't seen Demo 2 yet, and that's almost everybody, there is a new, you'll get this next week, October 7, 2020, I think is when the Demo 2 drops. That's when the Steam Autumn Festival begins. The new demo, and of course the full game, has this radar system. You can point at things and see, and you may have noticed already, I just haven't talked about it. You got sizes, so we can make it bigger if we like. I sort of like the medium size. Depends on the resolution that you play at. But as you rotate the map, it rotates. And we can see that it says there's 59 seconds to threats, and we can point at the blinking things. See, we've got 3 skimmers, 2 spores, and 3 blobs. Okay. So that means we need our red-ons over here as well, so we have no spore defenses. At the very least, I'm going to need some snipers. And let's see, our blob nests, I believe I put right here, so it'd be great to put the snipers in these forward positions. Skimmers are going to come from here. I'm going to overbuild them a little bit because that's a lot that's going to be incoming. Now, to deal with the inevitable spore strikes, I'm going to position a few units off the front line. I better not. I'm energy starved already. These snipers and all the stuff that I built, it's taking the energy. I'm 30 seconds away. I need these guys to get built and get armed. Here's one thing we can do. Let's see, what's a good position? Well, maybe this guy. Let's earn this guy. I've got some of these upgrade modules, these urns excavated. Let's install one here. He gets a super duper range and he fires faster. So that's good. That's good. Once we come back in line energy-wise, which may or may not happen. Okay, and I'm going to build the urn portal because some of these urns I just want to install. Okay, excellent. Okay. Spores hit out of the way. That one's not too great. I could have moved in range here to deal with him. Alright, let's fire range, fire rate, energy collection. I could move these guys. That's the better move. Oh no, this island's going to get covered. This is going to make this more difficult. Let's build an invasion force. And let's see if we can get some of our mortars in mortaring range. More incoming, same threats, same threats. And until I'm able to get to that red eye, I'm not going to be able to defend against spores except with kind of the old-fashioned way with weapons that respond. Let's see, this guy right here, let's earn him, and that uses up all of my urns. 3 of them I installed in my urn portal, which is the upgrade center globally, and then 3 of them I have in side units. Alright, and our factory is built. We should probably continue this. This is good for energy production. It's going to be good for blue-eye production. Super Sniper's taking care of business. I'll be sloppy here. Been better if I had placed these structures and then built the towers among them, but it's okay. This resource area is not it's not completely solid anyway. Ugh, it would take terraforming to get the rest of this. No matter. Good enough. Let's not do that many. Let's take several of them here and switch them to blue-eye. And get that blue-eye production going, which will give us our anti-creeper, and then we can use our sprayers. We'll put one on the island. We'll use one for an invasion force. Because gosh, look at that. Oh. Well, there's more than one way to address this. These eggs are incoming as well. Let's continue our assault. This has to happen anyway, in any scenario. Let's move in. What? We lost a mortar from sheer negligence. He needs to be on the hill. He'll be more effective. There you go, Super Sniper. One of the best earned investments. Alright, now... so let's just build a couple porters. Because, whoa. Yeah, okay, let's move him over. Get him in range. Get him where he can take some shots over the edge. Deal with that close stuff. Okay, we're fine on that front. Advance. I'd like to get this creeper pushed back into this general area. It wouldn't even hurt if I took out this blob nest. So we can take this hill. We've got an earned mortar here, which is great. These guys forward for our assault on this hill. Round this corner off, then our firepower we can swing this arm around here, and it will concentrate our firepower. One of the things you learn early in playing the game is that the number of weapons that you have, it depends on the size of the front that they have to engage on. So a small number of weapons can be very effective if all they have to do is hold the pass. But just take those blobs out. There we go. That's a little sniper. Or 2 up. if in an advance you find yourself having to spread a fixed number of weapons out over a larger area, they're of course potentially less effective. So concentration of forces matters. Weak on this front right here. There's a little bit of a hill right here, and there's a lot of thick creeper. Let's bring some mortars in range, and then we can hop on that hill. All right, looking good, and bring our big boy up. A little bit weak on cannons in that area. Pull the snipers forward. Okay, so I've let this turn into an absolute disaster. So let's figure out how we're going to deal with that. Let's go ahead and get this guy on the path to nullification. I wonder, you know what? If my super mortar, if I park it here, he'll shoot at the deepest. And here comes an egg. Good. Take it out. You know what? I need to advance forward. Oh! That was a hit. Those blobs spawned. He's almost gone. Let's get some cannons in range here. This is bad. This is not good. These mortars are in threat here. Come on, cannons. There you go. Oh, and I just lost my earned mortar. It's earned the next nearest one. Probably because he's sitting on mesh. That's where I have to sit, though, isn't it? Yeah, I've got to sit. Oh, what a unfortunate or fortunate accidental map design. It looks like what happened. Oh no, no, no! Look at this. What was it? A spore? People watching the video will be able to tell me. I've neglected that I don't have any spore defenses. I could be flooding the area with anti-creeper. That probably wouldn't hurt, especially if I put it up in the middle of a high area so it floods down over the area here. Just as a bit of a precaution. And let's fast link to the front line here. Make sure we got good supplies. Over cannons forward. He's continuing to shoot over here because there's a lot of heavy over there, but maybe he'll shoot up here some. I don't know. He's at least helping to keep this stuff off of me. Let's put a cannon here in case anything comes crawling up over the edge. Move further in. So what am I going to do? What should I do? I need that green arm so that I can launch a proper invasion of this island. You know what? What am I doing? I should have already done this. Right, there is a runway right here. Air power. And, well, this looks like a great spot right here. Let's, that'll be fine. Traditional bombers. A few AC bombers. Ignoring what I shouldn't ignore right here. Took some hits. Let's finish building out the edge here. You know what I should have done? Does this reach? Yeah. This is great energy forest up here. Yeah, we'll have to knock a few trees out in order to provide defenses for the area, but this area will soylent up with the green, and then the life forms here will amplify that output. You can see up here in the top left the output just from the life. Alright, our bombers are getting built. Our AC bombers are going to get built, and they're going to charge up. And as soon as our runway's built, we're going to bomb this island. I've done so much recent testing in the early story missions, the first half of the story missions, that and they don't involve any air power, that I have almost just forgotten there's this whole awesome Air Force. So yeah, let's use that. As soon as that runway's built, this island's not going to know what hit it. I could probably put a sniper up here. This sniper's doing an excellent job. I think let's sneak him forward a little bit. Alright, runway is built. Let's just pause, double click to select all of those guys, have them come here and bomb the island. These guys can do the same. I just want to get the anti-creeper on the island. I'm not gonna be extra picky. I just want their ordnance on that island. They'll help clear out the creeper. The anti-creeper bombers will help keep it that way. One guy, let's make sure he goes here. His last few bombs there. That's pretty effective. One more sortie from each of them will probably get her done. And let's go to our visibility and let's flatten our anti-creeper so that it gets out of our line of sight. Let's move some forces in. They will need some energy. That's what these porters are for. They'll need to be connected to the energy. So let's make sure that happens. Take a mortar. That will provide good coverage. Alright, we're going to let our bombers continue to do their work. And I'm going to put one on sort of patrol over here outside the island. Alright, plenty of energy. Now let's pause it and figure out what we need to do. One thing we need to do is nullify that structure right there. The other thing I want to do is collect this green R. That's the primary thing I want. I could build another porter and use it to ferry the green R back, but instead of doing that, well, I will do that initially, but instead of doing that for both green R and red on, my primary objective is to get the green R, and then I want to use one of the specials platforms in order to build a hard link over here. And oh wow, you know what just occurred to me? I might be doing this the really hard way. I wonder if an earned pylon would have reached from here to here. I bet it would. Maybe you can try that if I include this mission in the full game, and I probably will. Over in the span, my experimental sector, maybe you can try that. For now, I'm on this course, so let's continue. This guy, I'm going to build a porter here, and I want him to carry, I guess, the green R back. Well, anywhere on the network will do, so there. And of course, we will need a green R refinery, so let's build him as well. And we don't need all of these guys doing all of this. I'll let a little more anti-creeper populate the island. Let's cherry pick some of our bombers here. Let them start softening this island. Alright. So we've got one guy patrolling in this area. It looks like a couple left over the island. Let's take another one. Let's send him over in this area. Alright, now we're going to get to test. We're going to find out whether this whole remote system works. Green R refinery, whether it will collect the green R and then give it to the porter that will carry it back to our island. I don't know. I haven't tested this in a while. Green R in. Manufacturing, going to the porter. Okay, that's good. Looks like he's filling up. There's a lot of crystals built up here, so shouldn't be much of a production problem for a while it works through this backlog. Once he's full, oh, it's been 20 minutes. Great, I just got the hold objective. Great, green R inbound, delivered, and has produced Liftic, which will activate totems. That one load's not going to be quite enough to activate all of them. It's going to take another run, then they will activate. Then I'll have a little surplus, and I will be able to build some. I'll be able to do this. Build a platform. Now, no urn required. I know this will work. I know I can. Platforms have a long range, so I should be able to do that. And then something like that. This requires Liftic to build, and that's exactly what's happening. Our totems have activated. You can see here we have 20 so Liftic. Won't be enough to finish that, but more is coming. By the way, on these totem shields, if you know, they are shields, they act as shields. If you don't want them visible, though, just note in the visibility menu over here, there is a hide shields option. So once they're activated, you know they're there, but they're otherwise out of the way. If you don't want to see them, you can turn them off. Same for some other things that can be hidden. And anti-creeper, similar thing. There's a whole lot on an island. It may occlude your view, so you can flatten it to kind of get it out of the way. Let's move. Now we need to think about what's the assault gonna look like? Where do we need to get? In order to complete this mission, I just need to get. Let's go transparent creeper, so we can see through it. There's an emitter, a ton of eggs, a spore launcher, mesh. All this stuff's nasty, and if I want the nullify enemies objective, I'll take it on. But in order to snag a victory, all I have to do is activate this totem. So maybe we should be focusing on an assault in this direction, like this. Try to clear this corner, get in there and get a victory. Sounds like a good idea. So let's try that. Let's, step one, let's get a pylon that connects built out here. Then go to our platforms. Whether this is space or planet, platforms allow you to build in this otherwise unbuildable area. Let's try something really crazy like this. Now, I want to ensure that this area is protected. So I'm going to put a bomber over here. I'm going to say all 3 of my AC bombers. I want them to just drop anti-creeper here. I'm going to build a force that's going to bombard that island. overdo it here. And remember, you can point at an existing structure and then press tab by default, and it will copy that structure so you can build it. So if I want to build a tower, let's say I want to put a tower right here, I don't have to go hit structure or tower or use the hotkeys. I can just point at it, press tab, click build. Spacebar is a cancel by default, so that works out. Okay, so let's go ahead and move some of these in here. Alright, I see a little bit of a bug already. I might have to fix, no problem. The unit movement indicator is underneath the platform. Oh gosh, and so are the units. That's a funny one. That's a real funny one. I know exactly what to go fix for that and why it's happening, but we're going to have to live with it for this video. The platforms are raised up in order to compensate for the visual height of the planet underneath, but the units and the unit placement indicators aren't compensating for that. So that's why let's take a look. That's why they're sitting underneath the surface. You see the tops of the mortars. That's funny. That might make it hard to select as well. Let's see. Yeah. Wow. I might have to, if I want to move them. I'm not going to be able to do it. Once placed, they're placed. Let's get down closer again, and like that. No, the collider goes all the way down. So once they're there, they're there. That's the way it's going to be for this build until I get her fixed. So just have to live with it. We are flat out of lifting. It's good to get this stuff out of the way here anyway. They are not built, so I can't put them there yet. The green art crystals spawn in this available area, but not if something is in the way. So you generally want to try to keep the area around a green art crystal clear, so the crystals can spawn. It cuts the production if you clog it up. Alright, so my air forces that are targeting this area should be targeting this area. Redeploy them to the coast of this corner. Let's go back to opaque-ish creeper. We're about to get a reclaim victory handled by the delegate. You can see this little disc right here goes up and down based on how much terrain I have claimed. When it's at the top, 100%, then it will charge up and activate. God, those eggs are going to be, they're just brutal. So these platforms, you can see they cost 100 liftic each, so that's why it's taking a bit to get it. This one green art crystal is all I've got that's producing. We worked our way through the backlog. You know, let's deploy them, 2 of them anyway, up on the island. So they'll drop their Andy Creeper on the island, set it in space. Our 2 low mortars are mortaring. I wonder if, yeah, we could do this. Let's deploy one of our earned mortars over here. Risky, in this buggy build because, well, once he's there, I can't select him again, so I can't select him to unearn him. So I would have to destroy the entire platform in order to get to him. It's gonna get. See, all I have to do is get right there. If I build right there, if I could defend that little spot right there, I can get in and get activated. Let's assign a bomber right to that spot. Oh, this I don't have lift stick to spare. And there goes one. Right, 19 more to go. Two to end. 18 to go. It all comes down to this lift stick production. Let's maximize that. Get everything out of the way. We just got to reclaim. Off he goes. So that clears up that spot for a little more production. We need it. We need it. Get on in there. There you go. You know what? This might actually, strategy might work to sort of sneak in here and grab it. At least for the required objective. The nullification of the enemies, a little tougher. It would mean taking this island and keeping it and advancing, taking out these eggs. Oh, it's going to take that. That's too much. That egg's going to take this tower out, right? Maybe. I don't know. I got a lot of air power there. They cleaned it out. Alright, these platforms are built so our lifting production is going entirely to the totem. Let's move these. That's what these guys were built for. Move these mortars in range. There's not a good spot to drop cannons over here, but I don't think I'm going to need them, but send them in. Great, more firepower. Excellent. Center our view. There we go, we got our required objective. So I could keep going, take this island out. I have every confidence, especially with this shielded area now. Oh, look at those eggs dropping off outside the shield now. I could take and hold this area and then push in and nullify, but perhaps I will leave that as an exercise for the player. Ouch. Those eggs are detonating. They're really letting me have it. They're saying, yeah, okay, good for you. Here's our response. It just pushed me off that island. Look at that. Fortunately, I still have the totem. Alright, so that is an overview. Oh yeah, one final thing. I did say I'd show you the editor and this background world. That's under theme. And if you come back here, let's just pause the game. Background world is there. If you don't want a background world, then you don't have to have a background world. You can play good old space with a plasma-like background. Or you can pick from all of these built-in planets, texture things. Here is the texture from the very first story mission. It's Mars. And different ones in here. Most are subdued. They're just meant to look like a background because that's what they are. Gives you just a basic general different feel. And I know it's been a while since I've shown this, but there is a full theme editor here as well, so that you can change the textures and all sorts of neat settings for any of these levels to make your levels look like what you want them to look like. Okay, so thanks for watching. One final note. The demo 2 will drop on October 7. That's Wednesday, and it's part of the Autumn Festival. The demo is already available. Demo 1's already available. So if you have not looked at that on Steam yet, then you can go get it. It's totally free and evaluate it. I think it's got 8 missions in it. 5 story missions plus 3. The demo 2 will include 1 new mission plus new unit models, as can be seen here, and things like radar and other neat things. So yeah, stay tuned. The game will be launching soon. I don't have an exact date yet, but I hope to have that date, and I hope to reveal that date very soon. Thanks again for watching.